Before working with me, where were you at?
I was a mess. I was all over the place. Um, I was contemplating suicide. I thought that that would be an option, probably a good option. Um, I felt all the things that I needed to change and work on and develop and show up in life. It was just insurmountable. It was impossible. Read every book under the sun. I've traveled all across the world for answers. And I feel like I had so much knowledge and I had so much of the information, but I just was stuck. I felt so stuck and I felt hopeless and I felt helpless. I would give up things, almost like give up alcohol, give up sex, give up all these things. I thought if I did that, then everything would work out. And I would just keep finding that no matter what I was doing, it didn't matter. It wasn't the fix. It wasn't the results. I was still hiding. I was still playing small. I was still not using my voice. I kept getting in situations that felt like I would have to dumb myself down to be in. And I couldn't shine. I really was hopeless. That's how I felt.
Thank you, Laura. Yeah, I really hear that hopelessness. Thank you. And what did we do?
We hashed it out. We really hashed it out. I had so much inside of me, circulating and swirling around, and I needed to first get that out, tell my story, what I perceived to be my story. So I was able to tell you my story every other week, and just kind of hearing my own story that way, where someone's listening fully and allow it and not trying to rush you or not zoning out, just taking it all in. I think week in and week out, it just started to feel more and more like a story. It was like the story, and it was like, okay, well, when are you going to step out of this story?
Fantastic. And what transformed for you?
The best way for me to describe it is getting out of my mind and getting more into embodying this vision of me, this higher, mantra Lori, I think we called it, or, some of those avatars, but it was just like an embodiment. It wasn't just in the mind. It wasn't like, I'm not going to think myself through this anymore. That's not going to work. I have to feel my way through this. I have to feel everything. I remember one time you told me, I had this pain in my shoulder. Every time I do yoga, every morning, no matter what, if I do yoga every day, it's still going to be there. And you were like, don't force it. Don't force it to correct or to, dig into it. Allow it to be there. Give it space to be there. And that's where the breakthrough will be. And that's where it will release. And that's been so powerful for me. That's not just, this ache in my shoulder. That's everything. Just allow the thing to be there. The thing that is causing you to feel off or out of alignment or stressed or anxious, the thing, allow it to be there. First of all, give it spaciousness to be there. So allow myself to be here. I'm on this earth right now for a reason. So just allow myself to be here, and don't force it, don't dig in it so much, just allow it.
Beautiful. Thank you. And what have you created from working with me?
I've created a much more successful business. I've been running the business for 17 years, and, I'm very grateful to have maintained it for this long, but I was scared shitless the whole time. I was so worried that, the other shoe was going to drop, that I wasn't on top of this enough. So if someone were to call me out on something, they'd probably be right, because I have no idea what's going on in office 103 at the left wing of this building. Right now, I know exactly what's going on in the office on the left wing in the right building. I know exactly what's going on everywhere. I'm so up in all my business. There's no leakages.
Beautiful. And what about your relationships?
Very similar to my business. I build cases, put people to the test. Yeah, I'm such a romantic, you know, and I believe in everybody. Everyone's beautiful. I love love. I love loving people. But even if every planet was aligned and every star was shining, if it's not a match, like it's not. I found my voice most recently when I just knew. I knew I really couldn't continue to allow myself to be in a space where not only I wasn't appreciated, I definitely wasn't accepted. But I don't want the bare minimal. I don't want to just be accepted. I want to be loved. I want to be loved. I want to be appreciated, you know? And so I just won't settle for spaces where I'm not loved and appreciated, and vice versa. I don't want to do that to someone else, you know? No, there's just, it doesn't need to be that way. It doesn't need to be settling. So yeah, I think that it's a speed up. I've spent years and years and years settling in relationships. And it seems like recently, I mean, I allowed 3 months and then it was like, no. So that's huge. And now I'm finding by honoring that, honoring both me and that person, that potentially real love has come in. So yeah, basically what the coaching provided me was peace of mind. And my ultimate goal has always been peace of mind.
Perfect. Thank you, Laurie. And who do you think is best suited to work with me?
Me. No. Everyone that's like me. I would say people best suited to work with you would already have some foundational understandings about, first of all, themselves. So maybe some of their strengths and some of their weaknesses. They've done a lot of self-reflection. They have gone to classes and workshops and they've been open. They're real open. They're open to another way. They're open to solutions. They're ready. They're willing. Yeah, something just really deep in them is calling for that. They kind of have surrendered. I've surrendered. There has to be another way. So yeah, I mean, I know that's kind of in a resume there. They need to be open and ready and willing because it's like no holds bar. You know, we're doing this, you know, and you have a very gentle way and then also very direct. So like people need to be open to that, the gentleness and the compassion. But when there's something like a shadow or like a blind spot the person's not seeing, they need to be ready. You have a gentle way of exposing that, and very, very supportive and very helpful. So yeah, people need to be ready.
Beautiful. Thank you.